So there are two ways that I know when it's time to put down pre-emergent. One is the ground will tell me the temperature, well, a thermometer in the ground will tell me the temperature of the ground, and I know that when I'm passing 50 and going up towards 55, that's a good window for me to do it. But another way to know is my neighbors tell me, specifically those ones. Let me explain. Here we go.
Welcome to Jimmy's channel.
So as you can see right here behind me, that is a forsythia bush. And the special thing about forsythia bushes is they not only bloom very beautifully in the early spring, and as you can see, that one there is starting to bloom very nicely, beautiful yellow color. That there is the indicator for pre-emergent. So if you have one of those bushes, or if your neighbor's got one, keep an eye on it. And once it starts blooming, that's your green light, or yellow in this case, to start putting pre-emergent down and start getting the lawn ready to go for the season. So in years past, I've actually used the Yard Mastery pre-emergent product offerings, and I like all of them, and I've had great success with all of them. But this year I wanted to try a store-bought option just to see how it does. Obviously, a lot of people like to go to the store and like to grab things off the shelf, and I'm totally open to trying new things. I will leave information down below in the description if you're interested in just buying online and having it delivered right to your door, and you don't have to do any of the, looking through the aisles or anything like that, any of the hard work at the store. This here is Lesko's Stonewall. It's a 007, so it does have potassium in it, which is great because I desperately need potassium. And the active is the prodiamine, so 0.68% prodiamine here. So this is going to control the crabgrass, and it's going to control other things too, but primarily we're targeting crabgrass here. So this is going to give me season-long control. I won't have to worry about putting this down again until fall time, right before the winterizer application. And yeah, let me go over what the application rate is and how I'm going to apply it. So applying this stuff is really pretty simple. You just need to get a fertilizer spreader from your local hardware store or online, and then you need to measure out how much product you're going to put down across the yard. So obviously you need to know how big your yard is, and you can go from there. So this area here in the front yard is about 2,000 square feet, and that goes down at 3 pounds per thousand. So I'm going to need 6 pounds of product for the front yard, and then I'm doing 8,000 square feet in the back. So that's going to be about 24 pounds of product for the backyard. Now, to figure out how much is 6 pounds, you can get a scale, or you can just use experience. I'm going to use a scale today and measure out the 6 pounds for the front yard, and then I'll measure out the 24 pounds when I go and do the backyard. So really pretty simple. Just need to measure it out, load up the spreader, and get a nice even coverage on the yard. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. Man, well, if you can't tell, I'm dying. This is the time of year where you realize how out of shape you are and how much weight you've gained over the winter. But yeah, the application is done, and the spiker spreader did good as expected, and now that's one less thing to worry about for the season, and hopefully we have a good barrier against the undesirables like the crabgrass. So some of you may have noticed that I did go ahead and put down the pre-emergent in the front yard. And if you've been watching my videos long enough, you know that I did some dormant seeding there in the fall right before winter. And I want to say that I've had really good success with it, and I've seen a decent amount of grow in to where I was satisfied enough to go ahead and put the pre-emergent down. So what I'm going to do with the remaining areas that still need to fill in, which are quite small, and I think the grow in that I got will obviously spread and fill in throughout the season and help quite a bit. But I'm going to go ahead and take some plugs from other areas throughout the yard and replace them within those areas that I overseeded that still need to fill in. And I think that will just help things go a little bit faster. But I didn't want to take any chances as far as weeds and crabgrass and stuff in the front yard just because of a dormant seed that's already germinated. So yeah, that's the plan going forward. I don't have any concerns or regrets. I have complete confidence in the grass's ability to repair itself, especially once it starts getting fed with fertilizers. That's going to help it grow, and biostimulants that's just going to help sustain that growth. So lots to look forward to, and yeah, one big major application event in the books for 2021. The pre-emergent is down, which means the season has pretty much officially started. So very exciting times. The grass is already starting to green up, and I can't wait for it to just kick into gear and take off. And I think after I get my first real fertilizer application down, get that nitrogen in there, we're going to start seeing that, and that I think will happen within the next week or so. So make sure that if you're not already subscribed to the channel that you are, and hit the notification bell, you know, all those things. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below, and I'd love to interact with you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.